Hey everybody, it is my 600th video. Can you even believe that? So for the month of July, use the code AND600 for 25% off in my Etsy store. You can go on Etsy and type in Ann Osborne. Otherwise, the link is in the description below the video. These paintings will also classify or be under whatever. Blanking on words. I'm so excited about the 600th video. These have all been varnished. I just have not had time to put them on Etsy, but they will qualify for the discount. So if you want one of those, just holler at me personally, tell me which one, and we can do it through PayPal, or I can hop up a quick link, whichever. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I'm trying to see if I can get this whole, all right, there you go. Crashing into stuff behind me. So I've got, as you can see here, let me grab gloves before I sit down. Okay. This canvas, 24 by 24, level 2 Artist Left canvas. It's from Michaels. The level 2 is in regards to the thickness of it, but I like the level 2s because they are more curved. I actually didn't tape the back of it so I could show you what the back looks like. Let me see if that's still in the picture since I moved it. Move it a little bit up. Could have made the tripod taller, but this way you should get the whole thing. You'll probably get the back of my head quite a bit as I tilt and do whatnot to it. Okay, whoa, I'm going to grab something. Hold 1 minute. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a painting that I did. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. You think my new workouts would help with that. When I first started. This one. Love it. Love, love, love. This I did, it was an open cup pour. Or not an open cup, a kind of a floating cup. And, oh my god, I really need to work out some more. So I kind of want to try and do something like this. This I honestly really don't have a lot of idea how it happened. You know? I mean, it looks like here I dribbled out some of the ends. But as I said, this was when I was first learning and I was experimenting. It doesn't really look like I used silicone, and if I did, it would have been WD-40. Because I've got these little things, but it doesn't have any real silicone cells, except for maybe right here. But so I can't remember, so I'm not using silicone. And this was actually a level 1 canvas, which means you can see the staples. To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong and you know better, I believe the actual canvas is identical. So that the levels just refer to the thickness and how the back is finished. So I'm going to use these colors. So I'm going to have 3 cups. 3 cups. And I am going to use a drop of silicone, but not treadmill silicone. I'm going to use WD-40 black can. The blue can that you usually see is not the correct one. So, okay, I'm gonna put gloves on. I think I'll fill the flip cups first, because otherwise I can't pour them on here because I'll have it covered in white. Get a drink. Yeah, I started working out at Orange Theory. Those workouts like kick your butt. All right, so I am going to use this part just to get, well, now I'm just going to spray a little bit in each one, but I'm going to do it off the canvas because I don't want any residue. Just a teeny weeny bit. Whoa, that was like way more than a teeny weeny bit. There we go. Because I kind of want, like a touch, but not much at all. I should probably shake these up. So this is Artist Lock Deep Magenta. This has no label, so I am assuming it is a variety of reds that I joined together. This is Artist Loft Turquoise, Artist Loft Copper, Artist Loft Deep Yellow, Bright Aqua Green. That other painting has orange, which I love in it, and I can tell that's a straight orange. But I will get some orange just due to the fact that I've got the red and the yellow, which makes me wonder maybe I should put those together. Yes, that will be what I will do. I will be out of town for like 5 days mid-July, so if you do order from Etsy, I will send you, during that time, I'll send you a note and tell you that it will be sent immediately upon return. I don't want to freeze my shop for those few days, so just know that I'm good for it. I've been around for 600 videos, so you can trust my word. But it's so weird. So some of you have been around from the beginning, and I've been thinking about it because I remember talking about my daughter going to college, and I was making paintings for her like dorm and for her roommates and their favorite colors, and now my son is leaving for college next month, and time just marches on. It does not stop. I'm going to have to add more. These are not enough colors, but I will not be making paintings for his dorm room. That would not be appreciated. Plus, he is living in my daughter lived in these apartment style dorms, and he is living in true, like the original dorms, you know. I mean, his dorm, my dad's friend lived in, so that's like 120 years ago. So just exaggerating a bit. But I really like that he's living in a traditional type dorm. The apartment dorms, in my opinion, my daughter thought so too, you really don't meet as many people because you eat in your apartment, your bathroom's in your apartment, everything is, you're on your own, kind of. And if any of you have lived in a traditional style dorm, you know, you basically keep your door open quite often because the room is the size of 2 beds. So, and he's positioned himself right across from the bathroom because apparently that's important to him. But gosh, I remember living in those dorms. And my roommate, she was one of the first, she lives in Massachusetts, well now she doesn't, but she was from Massachusetts. She was one of the first people to commission a large painting from me. So it's pretty cool, the bonds you form. And how you learn to live with people that are so different from you. Gosh, these are 5.5 ounces, and that's not even half. So it's probably like 2 ounces each, only 6 ounces for, you know, I can always make another. I'm not going to do it on this one. As you can tell, I don't have this painting in a pan or anything. I'm just straight on the floor over paper. So I'm really hoping that I don't get too messy with the paint. I definitely won't be able to pour it off. You know how when I get frustrated with a painting and I just wipe the whole thing off, I will not be able to do this because I will basically be pouring paint just right on the floor of my basement. But it is concrete, so it doesn't really matter. I always wonder one day if when we go to sell this house, do I just leave the basement as is, or do we have to finish it? Personally, I would leave it as is, because then the future homeowners can use their imagination and finish it how they like, or leave it open. The fun part is that I paint and resin and all that stuff just right on the floor because it doesn't matter. There are a few spots along the walls though that have like big old cracks in them. But it was semi-finished when we moved in, but our sump pump went out soon after. It was the day of my daughter's slumber party, her first slumber party, and they were all going to sleep down here. They did not end up sleeping down here because there was about 1 inch of water and no carpet anymore. If any of you have had to pull up wet carpet, you know that it is the most disgusting thing on earth. So that's why you guys have seen I use these black and gray like puzzle piece flooring. That's what I bought after so I could work out down here. And I use them now, like I have them in various areas. When I resin a piece, I don't do it straight on the concrete because the concrete's a little uneven. So these little puzzle pads are perfect if you don't have a finished area. I can't remember now. I had to order them online because I couldn't find them locally. I'm sure now I could. I mean, that was like, 10 some years ago. I got way off topic, didn't I? I went from dorm rooms to pimping out floor pads. It's the way my brain works. Definitely going to need more color. And I am not really loving this one. I may do a different idea that it's not sitting well with me. very dark. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do bright metallic blue and a old gold. So that's what I'm doing right here. That's the blue. And the gold. Oh, this one won't have any silicone, but that's okay. Forgot to add the silicone. Alrighty. Just topping these a little bit. Alright, so remember my husband filmed for that video. I wasn't making videos yet, but I was putting stuff on YouTube, or on Facebook. Look, you can see the silicone because it's releasing super fast. So I had him film this part, but what I had done is I was using just cups, I think it was styrofoam even, and I had cut the top off, and I was pouring paint into them, and they all started floating away. I did have, oh great, I did have a thumbtack right next to me that I was going to poke a hole. I cannot find that thumbtack. I really hope I don't find it with my foot later on today. Oh my gosh. Just trying to release. So glad I changed the blue. This would have been way darker. Drop these. There's probably, there's nothing even left in that other one. The only reason there's stuff left in here is because there was no silicone. Torch. So you can see the difference. Well, I don't have anything to show you directly next to this, but the WD-40 silicone makes little tiny cells. You can see, whereas treadmill silicone gives big ones and they're much oilier. The WD-40 does not get as like oil slick. I love that right there. Let me make sure that it's still in focus since I moved it. Okay, perfect. So I moved it while I was tilting. I may go over it again. like to break up this white. You can see that there was a white film. Which is just what happens when you pour over white. This looks absolutely nothing like that other one. I really wish I had some vague idea how I got that look, but I don't. Well, I didn't. Oh, I know what. I did not. I think I poured the white around the cups, so there was no white underneath the colors. So that was probably one reason, or one difference. And then I didn't, I kind of swirled it around more, so this has more of a washed look to it. Whereas I didn't do that then. These are just hypotheses of what I may or may not have done. I am just loving that going on up there. And that's the one that had no silicone. Want this to go off the top. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Now I need to bring it down because it has gotten way zigzaggedy. It's gonna cool where I had the other. I'll probably move it, but now I'm glad I used silicone. Popping up. There is a ton of paint down here and very little up top. So I'm going to have to tilt it down my way. All the paint is on this side. Whereas there are still bald spots on the top. tilting it up and to my far left corner. I have no idea where that is for you. But I'm loving what is going on the red side. And once that goes off the side up top, I will stop right, almost right there. Little zigzaggedy. Mess. I'm not digging this zigzag. There's like bare paint over here, or bare canvas. Trying to decide what to do with this. I keep looking back at the other one. Zigzag. This obviously looks nothing like that one. But it is pretty cool. Tilting it over and up, which is actually going to give stretching parts out. Which I don't necessarily want this part stretched out more, but I can. I'm gonna add some weight down here. To help move it along. Back my way. Ooh, I bet my son is home from work. Sometimes it's just a game of getting it stretched on both sides and trying to do it as sort of evenly as possible. Maybe I should stop looking at it from this angle though. Maybe that's part of my issue. Oops. totally do, because now I see that it needs to come down this way. I want to keep that red. I love that red area. Bigger canvases can be harder in that I get so hyper focused on the one area that I'm changing that I forget to keep an eye on the rest of the painting. It's really starting to come off, which is good. Just trying to center it again. This angle now. Oh, I didn't say it. Ah, I thought that area of my finger was clean. kept that area because I really liked it. So I tried to not do anything to it. So thank you so much for watching. And remember, use and 600 in my Etsy store, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.